Hello, everybody. Welcome to SPTV. So happy to see all of you. My name is Jennifer Rose, and this is Love Connects. And it is a beautiful day for love today. So I hope you all are doing well, and I look forward to seeing all who's here. My name's Jennifer Rose. I'm a medium, I'm a healer, speaker, teacher, writer, and poet. And I love talking about love. It's kind of my mission in life. So I'm so happy to be joining with all of you here today. And it's the day before Valentine's Day. So hopefully we can share in some extra sparkle and hearts and really heart-centered energy that we can be in a really loving, sacred space. And we'll welcome in all of our loved ones and all of our helpers and angels to come in and be part of this beautiful hour that we have here together. If you all could please remember to share, comment, like, and subscribe so that SPTV can keep growing for our community. Sir Richard, who does all of this for free for all of us, please give him a thank you and a shout out too. And that way we can keep growing and expanding and serving more of our community in a very heart-centered way. So with that, I would just love to say hi to everybody. We've got Mrs. MB. How are you today? Very good to see you. Thank you for being here. And who else do we have? Okay. There's Terry. Hi, Terry. How you doing, love? Good to see you. And there's Kim. You're back. You've all been warned. That's my kind of girl. You've you've been out communing with the fairies, those little mischievous ones out there. I take it. Hi, Kim. Oh my gosh. Hi, Casey. How are you? Good to see you. Hugs and kisses. Hi, Mrs. MB. Hearts and hearts to you too. Very good to see you. Jan from Slovakia. Nice to see you. Thank you. How's the weather there? I'm so happy. I love international. It's the best thing ever. Lisa, hi. How are you doing, love? Hi, Kath. How you doing? I will be pulling cards later, so we'll see how everything works out. Hi, Tracy. Nice to see you. Yeah. Hi, Han. Nice to see you too. How are you? Hi, Chrissy. And Elizabeth from South Wales. I see you've got some aloha spirit there in your picture. Very cool. I love that. And Sam B, hand pink waving. Oh, I love that. Definitely. My soul sister Debbie and I were just talking about the pink love and the pink energy. So that was so cool that you brought that in. You must be a little psychic. Hi, Kristen. Good to see you. I am really well. Thank you. I hope you're well too. Malik SB, hello. How are you? Great to see you. And Jan Murphy. Hi there, love. Look at you all sassy. Oh, Gail, Louise, good evening to you too. Beautiful family you have. Hey, hey, Debbie. How are you, love? So happy to see you. There's my girl. That's my girl. Deb is my soul sister from many lifetimes. And Mr. Darren. Hi, Darren. Thank you for being here, Darren O'Hare. And Renelle from London. Hello. Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh. Your pictures are so cute. Carrie Ann, hi. Love your kitties. You're from Canada. Nice to see you too. Oh gosh. Yeah. Um, and so once we move on to the readings, I'm going to chat for a little with you all first. Hi, Kath from Edinburgh. Once we move on to the readings, we have integrated a new Zoom option. So if you'd like to come on the Zoom with me and kind of have that more interactive experience, you can let us know. And I'll ask you too. And then Richard will give you the Zoom link really quick. And so you can log on. So have your kind of be ready for that if that's something you'd be interested in, but it'd be super fun because then we can see each other and kind of work one-on-one in that way. Hi, Deborah Long. But that's a new feature that we just added so you can see my little Zoom background here. So I'm having lots of fun with that. And so keep that in mind too, because then we can have that experience. Miss Amy, how you doing, girl? Nice to see you back. Thanks for coming, Amy. And so you just keep that in mind and kind of be prepared if you'd like to work in that way. Hi, Mike, good to see you. Thanks for coming. And Helen, hello. Hi, Helen. Nice to see you, Helen. Okay. All right, all my angels. So let's go ahead and get started. Um, and there's Han again. Hi, Han. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started as we go. I'm just going to chat a little bit with you since we've got Valentine's Day coming up. It's kind of like Love Day, so love is in the air, and it's been real sparkly and fun for everybody. And there's Wendy from Australia. Hello, Angel Girl. Nice to see you. Um, and I picked out a couple poems as well. Bridget from USA, hello. I picked out a couple poems to read kind of in honor of love. And love is such a sacred space for us to kind of move into. And this morning, I was kind of connecting sort of with the collective a little bit. And I know that there's also a little bit of loneliness and anxiety out there too, because sometimes our heart can get really attached to holidays and things. And so hopefully we can just create a really nice, soft, gentle space for each other that we can all just share in that love and just get kind of filled up today so that we can move into a better, brighter space together. So if all of us who are here today can kind of like work together to uh, give those hearts and loves to each other, that would be such a beautiful experience because as soon as we start interacting that way and sending love to each other, then it just grows in the power and it grows in the frequency and all of that too. So Tony, hi, nice to see you. We will be doing some readings a little bit later. I go through and see who I'm drawn to. Spirit will draw me here. So if you could just hang out with us and then you'll kind of see how it all works. So thank you so much for being here, Tony, and you're very welcome. And but with that, I just wanted to start. I'll just start with a little poem that I picked out in honor of love. And let me see here. I'm gonna start with this is a Rumi poem, and it's really quite beautiful that I found. And if anyone knows Rumi, he was a mystic from way back when, and he wrote so much about love. He was very much, I want to say, moved very high up in his frequency and his understanding and his connection with the divine, and did a lot of writing, a lot of poetry about love. He also understood the dark very well. And so, but through his own transformation, you see the most beautiful words, and he's quoted quite often, of course. But this is just one I picked out that I thought was really beautiful for Valentine's Day, just to kind of like set the stage a little bit too. And so here it goes. A moment of happiness, you and I sitting on the veranda, apparently two, but one in soul, you and I. We feel the flowing water of life here, you and I, with the garden's beauty and the birds singing. The stars will be watching us, and we will show them what it is to be a thin crescent moon. You and I, unselfed, will be together, indifferent to idle speculation, you and I. The parrots of heaven will be cracking sugar as we laugh together, you and I, in one form upon this earth and in another form in a timeless, sweet land. Hello, Miss Fran. Love is definitely in the air. So, wasn't that beautiful? I hope you liked it. And, with anybody that we care about, there is a you and I, whether it's a partnership or a friendship, your children, all of the different relationships. There's a you and I, there's a me and you can share in that loving space together because, oh, my wall just cracked. Oh my goodness, see, spirit's here. You can share in that beautiful space together, that heart-centered energy where the souls of you connect in such a way that you kind of transcend this reality, at least for a little while, into the beautiful dance of love and life of spirit. And that is something that we can always access. We may not be able to be there 100% of the time, but we can always access as we keep moving into more heart-centeredness. So I'm so happy that you all loved that. So that was a really beautiful one for Valentine's Day to pick out. And what I would like to, as spirits coming closer into me, what I would like to share with all of you is the opportunity to expand a little bit more on what we talked about last week, which was moving into a more positive focus for this year when it comes to love. So we spoke about our interactions with our relationships and seeing each other in a more positive light, remembering the good, focusing on the good. We talked about remembering that there's beauty out there and to keep connecting with that beauty because it gets you in connection with your spirit. And we talked about doing kind healing acts for each other, not just the people who were getting along with really well, but the people who maybe we're having some conflict with or some struggles with, and everybody has that, right? So how we can keep growing in this love, and how those small connections will expand and kind of ripple out to create more love and peace in the world itself. So I wanted to just expand a little bit on that and just kind of talk about um, you and coming back into the center of you, and then how that can help you in this journey. I kind of referred to it a little bit of it. Can we make a challenge to make these shifts of love? Can we kind of challenge ourselves to think a little bit different? And so when we come into you, so let's talk about that first. And this will really help if anybody here is maybe feeling a little lonely or having some anxiety, is just take the moments to kind of bring your energy back to the self, to the center, come into your heart space, come into your personal power, which is your solar plexus, your little belly right here, and just kind of bring all of your focus there and just kind of like breathe into it. And then remember and remind yourself that you are spirit, that you are love, that you are divine. You never separated from it. Again, we are two worlds combined together. And a spirit showed it for me. It's like we're in a house, but just two different rooms, but still in the same house. And we can look through the windows of love to get back to each other again. Okay. And so come back into your center, kind of ground yourself, and that will help to kind of calm the thinking and the worries and those kinds of things. And then find that space where you can just kind of like radiate within yourself. So move into that heart space, breathe into it. You could put some soft music on. You could go outdoors and listen to the birds. You could buy some flowers for yourself and just look at those and find the graceful beauty in those, just to kind of come back to yourself and get that sort of re-grounded space for you. Grounding is really, really important because it helps you to feel embodied. And when you feel embodied, you feel much more safe and secure. And when you feel safe and secure, you feel like, I can do this. I've got this. We can handle this. Okay. You come back to yourself. So that's why that is so important. And I know all of us spiritual folk, a lot of us are very much, trying to work on communication and clairvoyance, and we're in our heart and we're trying to connect with spirit. But it's so important to work with the lower chakras too, of getting into your personal power and of being in that grounded space. Because remember, being in the physical does not mean you've left the spiritual. They work together hand in hand, always in the most beautiful, beautiful dance. So, but that will really kind of help you feel that balance. Because we talked last week, 2 weeks ago, about finding the balance, the tranquility, the serenity and the peace that we're all looking for. And so let's start with that, and then move into some affirmations of remembering of self, that you are loved, that you are beautiful, that you are divine. You're made from that. So you can kind of connect to the higher self of you, the soul of you, the God of you. It really is all the same. And when you make that connection, over time, you'll get more practice of it, and you'll start feeling your own power. You'll start feeling that beautiful essence of you, and the rest of spirit world coming in to join you, and your higher self becoming one with you. And that really does help for you to embody more of that inspiration that you might be channeling from your higher self for yourself. So that's the first one. And then as you connect with your heart space and move into that and just really hold all of your focus there, it takes practice to do that, but really hold all of your focus there. and remember love for yourself, for your physical self, for your emotional self, for your spiritual self, and give it 100% unconditional love and acceptance. This is what I always do when I lead my meditations for my groups, is give that 100% unconditional acceptance. Okay. Tony, I'm so happy you're here. So work with this and take this in, and hopefully this will help. And because you are divine spirit, you absolutely deserve love. And self-love is hard for a lot of people. So let's work with that while we're here today, since this is a beautiful space where we can have that. So bring that in and just start with that practice. Just start with the grounding, start with connecting with your heart, start with remembering to send love. And even if it doesn't feel authentic, it's okay. Just keep trying, keep practicing with it, keep resonating with it. You will change, you will shift. It has to be, because that work that you're doing to connect with your higher self will move, channel in through you. Okay, so I'm hoping that's making sense. Okay, now after we've worked with the love for yourself, for your physical self, for your emotional self, your mind, your personality, all parts of you deserve love. You are multi-dimensional. You are incredibly multifaceted. There are so many parts to you that you probably aren't even aware of. And so we need to know that it's all there working for you. Think of it like a diamond, and every little facet of the diamond is a little part of you, an age that you were, an experience that you had, different parts of your personality. We play, life is a stage, in a sense, as Shakespeare would say. We play many roles. And so all of those parts of you come together to be who you are now, which is that magnificent, beautiful soul made from divine love. And you never became separate from it. And it's so important to keep reminding yourselves, everybody, you never became separate from it. You're connected. You're always connected with your higher self. But because we live in this physical reality, it feels separate. So the trick is to keep practicing connecting with your own personal power. Over time, things will change. You will start to see the signs manifest around you, because then what you're experiencing internally will start to show up for you in your external reality. It's the mirror effect, it's the projection, it's the reflections that come back to you. Okay. And then as we're connecting with our heart space, think about those people that you care about, your family, your friends, your pets, people in the world, your loved ones in spirit, your angels, your helpers, and think about the love for them in a very unconditional way. Okay. And then think of that as a beautiful glowing light that's just here and radiating, just here and radiating. And things will shift for you. Things will change, and you will start to see love attracting back to you in different ways. And it will surprise you. And it may show up as just like a little license plate. It may show up as someone from the past coming in to say hello. It may show up as just a kind smile when you go to the store. You just never know. But these little miracles and things happen all over the place. So I can just feel spirit wanting to wrap angel rings around each and every one of you to remind you how loved you are, and to remind you that you are loved. You never stopped being separate. We come from that place. You never stopped being separate. So the more we can embody that, the more we can remember that, is so important. I say this over and over and over again when I do my meditations. I channel, and they are always reminding the group that they are made from the divine, that they are perfect and beautiful just the way they are. Just all of you are perfect and beautiful just the way you are. So this is a good space to move into, and it will help you to feel happier and more calm, and have less anxiety, feel more grounded and more connected with your soul. And that's a really nice space to be in. And we can just keep practicing that and keep practicing that. Now, what I will also want to offer to all of you, let me get just a sec for a little sip. Okay, so what I also want to offer you in this little kind of love challenge that we started last time. Hi, Christine. I believe in self-love too. I believe in you, girl. We believe in each other. And is that mirroring of seeing the light in everybody, the God self in everybody, because it is there. And if you're like, I can't get past the personality, just trust that behind the personality, there is a light in everybody, and it is made from the divine, and you can connect with that. When you do that, you connect more with your own soul, with your own higher self, into that space of love. And when that happens, your life changes around you. Things start to happen for you without you even having to try. This is the power of love. And it starts with little things and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And it takes some faith, it takes some trust, but you got this, you got this. So, Julie, what a beautiful message. Thank you. I'm so much happier that you're getting the inspiration from this as well. What I also want to say is, I'm going to get a little more specific, is some softer and gentler approaches that we can have in our interactions with each other. Because what I'm feeling right now is that some of us are in a space of what I want to say is hopeful expectation, and we want to give that some grace and hold that in a little container if we can, and give it love, because there's a part of your heart that's a youthful part. You're an inner child spirit of you that is having hope, hopeful expectation, and we want to give that love. But things don't always turn out exactly the way we may be visualizing and thinking that we want them to be. So I want you to do a couple of things, or I'm going to make a suggestion for you to do a couple of things. It's first, do some self-care things for yourself. Do some nice things for yourself, whatever that looks like. Maybe you go buy yourself some flowers, or maybe you give yourself a lovely walk outdoors if you have the weather permitting. Call a friend, and connect with them. Something like that. Okay. And then the other thing I want you to do, or suggest, I like to say suggest, I'm going to take out the word want, but the other thing I want to suggest for you to do is find something nice that you can do for anybody else. So that could be, make a little charitable donation, $5, £5, to an organization that is doing good work, that is doing helpful work for people, for humanity, whatever cause might be important to you. So maybe you're worried about hunger, so you could find an organization that helps to bring food to the hungry and give a little donation. Or you could fill up a little bag of clothes and take it to your local place where they accept those donations. Something like that. Maybe buy one of your neighbors some flowers. Maybe there's an older person who lives alone and has lost their spouse. Buy them a little flowers, leave it on their doorstep, or knock on their door, something like that, because it helps you to change the frequency and the vibration that you're in of doing something for somebody else. It will make you feel good about you too. Stay connected with other people. So you can send texts, phone calls, messages, things like that, and help stay connected with other people. And then the last thing I wanted to suggest is just also to have a mindset that everybody that we interact with is all doing the best they can with what they have. So we don't always know what's going on in the other world of other people, sort of in their mental worlds, what kind of stress they might be under. We don't always know what circumstances are going on for them, because most people kind of keep that to themselves and they don't always share those things, right? And so if you remember that, it can give you some grace and help you get into that space of acceptance and kindness, if that makes sense for you too, is really to try to remember that other people are doing the best they can, just like you are. Because sometimes we can get so focused on our own story that we forget everybody else has their story too. We need to look through each other's lenses. And that way, when we do that with compassion and grace, you're looking through the lens of love, or what I like to say is the eyes of God, which is compassionate, which is accepting, which is unconditional. And that takes practice, but we get better at it incrementally over time. We can just get better at it incrementally over time. Acts of kindness are such a lovely thing to do. Thank you, Julie, for offering that too. And the other thing I wanted to suggest, because I've had some lovely conversations recently, is our minds often want to figure things out and have understanding of things. And we like to put things in little boxes and kind of compartmentalize them so we can understand them. Now, what I have a little bit of challenge with, so to say, is that we are so multidimensional. And so if we put ourselves into little boxes with little labels, I'm this, I'm that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that because of something that we've read or because of a video we've watched or something like that. And then we start putting each other in little boxes. We miss a lot of deeper layers of meaning. We miss a lot of the nuances. We miss the whole package, so to speak. And so these can be helpful as long as we're willing to just keep searching, as long as we're willing to hold each other in forgiveness and grace, if that makes sense. Because we just don't always know what another person is going through or what they have gone through in their life, if that makes sense. So it helps to take some of the what I want to say is the pressure that we might be putting on ourselves to have certain experiences or expectations, and then which could in turn make us get disappointed. Does that make sense for you all? So I want to just kind of like offer that too, and remember that too. I had a lovely conversation. We were with a friend of mine, and we were talking about like triggers and things like that. And we look at somebody's triggers, or we look at somebody's issues, and sometimes we tend to look at those as negative instead of looking at them with kindness and looking at them with love. So if you all remember, I read that passage from oh, the Buddhist monk, Nat Hin. I'm sorry, I don't know if I said his name correctly. I think that's right, the Buddhist monk. And he was talking about interactions with people. Am I making you suffer? Is there anything new I need to know to understand you so that you don't have to suffer as much? So we can work with each other to try not to feed into each other's triggers, to try to be kind and gentle with each other. And instead of looking that as a negative label, look at it as an opportunity for more love, right? Because that means that person has been hurt before, right? And so we don't have to look at it as give them these labels, because we wouldn't want to be labeled like that either, right? Those are things that have been hurt before. So if we can give love and try to be kind and gentle and understanding with each other, imagine what the shift that makes in our all of our relationships with our family, with our friends, and with our partners. Imagine what that's like. It really changes the focus when we do that for each other. Thank you for your message, Renelle. You're absolutely right. And when we make that shift, we help other people to feel safe. We help other people to feel seen. We help other people to feel loved, right? And that is how we heal together. I've talked about this before. We heal together. It's something we do together, these acts of love. And when you do that, more connection with the love of you. You keep growing in your own divine self. And when that happens, you feel more of your own divine self. Your own self love also begins to grow. So we work on loving ourselves, we work on loving each other, understanding or compassion for each other as well. And then it keeps coming back, coming back. That's a nice cycle to be in. A lot of us know about the cycles and the spirals, right? We know about that through our spiritual journey and our spiritual transformation. And most of us look at those as like, oh my gosh, not another one. I already went through that. I don't want to go through that another cycle. I don't want to go be on this spiral. I don't want to be on this roller coaster again. But think about it. When we start to make those little shifts, we change it. Those are good cycles to go through because we keep elevating, we keep ascending. Everybody's wanting to do that, right? We're growing in our frequency, we're going in our vibrations, so to speak, because we already are divine, which means the truth of us already is of that highest frequency, but we are over time starting to embody more of that, become more aware of it, awaken to it, however you want to describe it. Those are all just words, but we find more of that. And that way, looking through the lens of love into yourself and into each other, your reality around you will change. It will shift. You will see things different. And some of you might be thinking, but there's so many bad things going on in the world. What about that? I know. And I'm a humanitarian, and I know there's a tremendous amount of war and suffering and heartbreak and things that people probably don't even know what that's like. Um, and I've had some conversations with people who have been in military before, and they're like, you would not, you couldn't know. We couldn't even tell you. They don't even want to tell you. So I know that there's a lot of that. But here's the thing: we can hold that compassion for the world, but you are allowed to stay happy despite your own circumstances and despite the world's circumstances. You are still allowed to stay happy. You are still allowed to be positive. You can be sad and happy at the same time because you understand that you can make a difference. You understand that your love, you staying in that frequency of love and that radiance of love does make a difference. It can change somebody's world. One little smile can change somebody's day because maybe no one smiled at them in a week, or maybe a month, or maybe longer. And you looked at them in the eye or in the store and you gave them a little smile and they felt seen and their little spirit went ding, 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 ding. And they woke up and it changed their day. And then they went home in a better mood. It really makes a difference. So you're allowed to stay happy. You're allowed to feel joy. You're allowed to feel love despite the circumstances in your own world or in the world around you too. And you will start to see it change because when we shift our focus and perspective, we start to have more of that coming. And then you realize, oh, there's a lot of good here too. There's a lot of beauty. There's a lot of wonder. Miracles are everywhere. We talked about the miracles last time. They are everywhere. You, each of you, is a miracle. Just take that in. Just take that in right now. Each of you is a miracle. Every spark of life is a miracle. Every bit of beauty is a miracle. Each pair of eyes is a miracle. Each little breath and heartbeat is a miracle. You are a miracle. So, with that, I'm going to wrap it up a little bow and package of love like I like to do and hand that to you. And I hope that is helpful. And we'll keep growing with this. Next time we talk, I'm going to talk a little bit about energy too. And that's something that I think is going to help all of us keep moving forward in our Grow and Love Challenge as we go through the rest of the year. So I'm looking forward to that. But this was a nice little package. And I hope that it's helpful for all of you. And if anything doesn't resonate, please just let it go and do what feels true for you and what makes you happy and what makes you joy and what makes you feel good. Okay. So with that, I'm going to thank you for listening. I'm going to thank Spirit for helping me to put that together because I never know what it's all going to come out. So, all right. All right, so now we're going to move on to some messages, and thank you all for your comments. So appreciated. We're going to move on to some messages. So please let me know if kind of like you're open to receiving a message. I've got all my cards out. I do mediumship as well. I love connecting with loved ones. Thank you, Casey. And if you want to come on the Zoom with me as well, and then we can kind of work one-on-one, which will be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to kind of switch gears in that too. You're very welcome, Lori. Thank you for too. I love all of your appreciation. That means a lot to me because I feel your love. And that makes me happy and brings me joy. And then I have more joy to give all of you. So see how it works? It's a beautiful ripple effect. Okay. All right. Terry. Okay. So I'm going to work with Terry. Okay. All you beautiful love. Okay, Terry, did you want to come on the Zoom or do you just want to stay on the live here? Okay, you're going to get one. So just let me know. Let me and Richard know if you'd like to go on the Zoom. We can give you the code, or I can just work with you here through the comments. Does that sound good, Terry? I know you're here. I can feel you. Okay. I just want to give you just a sec to let me know. Okay. Is she coming in? Okay. Okay. Terry. Okay. No worries. Okay, Terry. So what I'm going to do just to keep things moving, because I've got your card picked out already, is that's what I've got for you here. And it's from the Energy Spirit card deck, and it's number 18 called Prophets and Ancient Seers, Decisions and Predictive Guidance. So this is really lovely for you. And it definitely is an attribute to your own spiritual connection and your journey ahead too. And it's interesting because I don't want to just say that you have guides around you, because I know that you know this already, Terry. I can feel this about you. I can see beautiful color around you. You've got a lot of lovely red around you. Yes, you, Terry. You've got a lovely lot of red around you. Oh, Terry Louise. Oh, Terry Louise. Yes, I'm sorry I didn't differentiate. Sorry, I had coffee this morning. Okay. Terry Louise, sweetheart, I've got the Prophets and Ancient Seers card. It's number 18. Is okay. Is that you, love? There you are. Hey. Hey, girl. Hey. How are you? I'm really good. Thank you. That's so cool. I get to see you like this. This is awesome. This is like my first time doing it this way on this show. So that's like really exciting. The little spirit in me has gotten all like sparkly with that too. Okay. So beautiful love. I have this is the card I got. It's called Prophets and Ancient Seers. And it's gosh, I gotta put my glasses on again too. It says decisions and predictive guidance. And so it's interesting because with you, and let me know if this is resonating for you, with you, this isn't just about your own help that comes in for you to give you help. This is about you channeling yourself, if that makes sense, and your ability to also give this out to the people around you. Does that make sense? Too.
Yes,
It's like you are your own seer, you are your own prophet, you have that lovely divine spark and connection that comes through you, and then you're able to help other people in that respect. Does that make sense?
mm-hmm.
Okay, beautiful. And I saw beautiful like ruby red color coming in for you too. So this lets me know a couple of things. A lot of love around you, a lot of love through you, but it's that real powerful, like grounded, creative love. So you've got this, and as I'm able to feel into what spirit's showing for me too, I start to get this kind of like Wonder Woman kind of feeling when I connect with you. And which is funny because I put something in my notes about her. So if I feel called, I'll read that later. But it's this that kind of like really like like creative, coming up from the top, if that makes I'm sorry, from the bottom up, if that makes sense. And so they're showing your energy coming up and it's like fountaining out like this. So it's really, really beautiful. So do you understand that sort of feeling of needing to expand, and like there's this creative force in you that wants to like almost like fireworks expand out or kind of like explode a little bit? Does that make sense for you?
It does, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. I also want to give you like yellow flowers as well too. So I know as they're showing me with that, with the yellow flowers like lilies and daffodils and daisies and roses, that you have this very sunny atmosphere around you, but you also really, you're trying to this year yourself also embody more joy. It feels like you've made a decision to embody more joy and to feel more of that. Does that make sense for you too? And
It
so with
does.
that, perfect. With that, your higher self is saying, yes, let's do this together. And so we're working in that framework and we're working in that. So you've done really well. I've got chills with that too, because I feel like you could go into a dark forest symbolically. You could go into a dark forest and just stand there and be the light. And then everybody else would be like, oh, there's the light. There's the light. And then you would be shining it out. And then they would look at themselves and go, oh, wait, I'm the light too. Look, so you're helping to reflect that back and forth to each other. Does that make sense? You're helping to remind other people of their light. That's how spirit is showing to me. So it's really, really cool. And I can see the sun and the moon coming in for you. So you have that connection with the sun, with the light, with that sort of like masculine, grounded, protective energy. And then you've got the moon, that creative, like goddess energy. And so they're beautiful, combining the two within you of circulating around like that. And there you go. Isn't that lovely? That's so cool, Terry. Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, it does make sense. I help people as part of my job as well, so support families, and yes, it makes sense.
Thank you for doing that too, because that makes such a difference. That makes an impact on the world in ways even beyond what you know. Because I know you know, but I know it's even beyond that because there is always that ripple effect too. So I'm so happy that Spirit could kind of come in and kind of give you these accolades and give you this like just extra kudos and just reminder that, you know, we see your change, we see your transformation, we see the love and the beauty and the light that you're emanating. But it was so cool to see how you could just like stand in the darkness and just be the glow. And then it's like kind of like Snow White, and all the little animals come in to see like, oh, what's that? What's that over there? And you know, they're all coming in to say hello. So you would have a lovely connection with the animal kingdom and that sensitivity and that warmth. And see, I touch my heart, so I know that you're very heart connected as well. And then you connect that way. You see people, you give that love to them, that heart to heart connection. So it's really, really quite beautiful. Um, I also want to say too, I feel like, do you understand working with Archangel Michael as well for like strength and like for protection? Does that make sense?
No, no, I don't work with any of the angels, no.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure why that came in, but for whatever reason, like that came in for you. And it's really just think of it just as a frequency that's available for you to access that reminds you what you already are anyways. Does that make sense? So just kind of think of it as a frequency of being. But it's just kind of like you can be the angel, which is the beauty, the softness, the grace, and the love, but you can also be the strength, you know, who wields like the power to, right? The power to protect, right? And I know that a lot of times we look, and I know that you're aware of this, Terry, but I feel like this is a good thing that you and I can uh, uh, reflect for others, is that we a lot of times call to spirit like help me with this or protect me from this or give me that while I go into that space, and they remind us that we already have that within us, and it has to do with kind of like what we're sort of like radiating out, and then also our interactions with people, because people protect people too. Spirit works through people, in other words, earth angels, if that makes sense. So that's
Yeah,
kind of like what you are. You're like that acting earth angel because you give that protection to others. And so we don't always have to ask for it, you know, from the ethers. We get it from working with each other, from being that. So we take the time to make that effort to help somebody else feel safe or to come to their aid. And but I understand that you know this. It's just something that they wanted to bring forward, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah, it does make sense. Yeah.
Beautiful. I'm going to leave you with a grandmother coming in for you too. She has a big basket of flowers, and she just wants to hand this to you as a symbol of her love and give you a kiss on the cheek. Um, she's a lovely little lady. She's got a little musical vibe to her. She's kind of singing and humming and wants to give you a big hug. And she says, you know, I'm always here, my darling. Actually, she called you dear, but I like to say darling. So she said dear though. So I will,
The yellow flowers that you mentioned
yeah.
earlier, I actually connect with my grandma as well.
Oh, perfect. Look at that. I'm going to give her a high five. This is my kind of girl. So, okay. Thank you, Terry. I'm going to leave you with her love, okay? And leave you with
Thank,
Spirit's love. And thank you for being you.
thanks, Jennifer. Thank
Okay, you're
you.
welcome.
Take
All my
care.
love. Yeah,
Bye.
all my love. Bye. Okay. That was so fun. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. All right. So for everybody who's clicked onto the Zoom link, once I see who I'm guided to work with, then you will be entered into the room, if that makes sense. So if there's a little bit of confusion of why you're not in, it's because we're waiting to work one-on-one with people. So once I see who I'm drawn to, then you'll get in from there. So that's how that's going to work. So this is a little bit new, but we've got this together. Does that sound good? Okay. All right. Roll it, Richard. Okay. 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 Okay, Anna, are you in the Zoom? Is Anna in the Zoom? Okay. Anna, did you want to come into the Zoom? Anna May. Sorry, Anna May with a little feather. Did you want to come into the Zoom, love, or do you want me to just work with you through the live through Facebook? And let me know that you're still here. Not on Zoom. Okay, no worries, Anna. So I'm going to pull a fairy card for you because that's what I feel drawn to. And the fairies are really cute because they like to give you upliftment and help you feel joy and help you giggle and laugh. And they're a little independent too. So they kind of like to do things their own way. And so that's what's so fun about working with them too. Where did I put my glasses? Okay, my darling. All right. So Anna, sweetheart, um, do you understand that you've working through a situation that you've been a little bit concerned about? Because what the fairies are giving me is this card that says problem resolved. So this feels to me like, and they've got this lovely lady with the butterfly wings around her. This feels to me like they just want to give you reassurance that everything is going to work out for you and be okay for you. And hopefully this would lower some of the worry energy that could be flowing through you with these circumstances. Does that make sense for you, Anna? That's the first thing that they want to give for you too. I feel like I need to give you put white light around you also so that you can feel some healing. So if you would understand the need to get some healing on a physical or emotional level, because I feel spirit coming in for that too, to give you some healing on that sort of physical, emotional level to help get your energy up a little bit. And the next card that they're giving me for you, Anna, if you could just let me know if you're with me here, which goes really well with problems resolved, is follow your dreams. So this lets me know that you're in a really nice, what I want to say, a shift. And shifts can be a little bit challenging. Okay, situation been ongoing and hard to navigate. Yeah, I totally understand. So they're just letting you know that you will come to a resolution. It will be okay, and that you have help. And then that will open up the doors to follow your dreams to get more of what you're wanting, if that makes sense. Now, when things are hard to navigate, I totally understand how that is, Anna. And so, what I'm going to suggest is to do some of that grounding work that we talked about because it will help to get out of the mental and more into the embodiment to where you can feel like a little bit like safer in your energy. And that will make it a little bit easier for spirit to give you some more guidance to where you can get more of that guidance, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to make that suggestion for you if that helps. A lot of times when we don't know what to do, it's because it's just not time to do anything yet anyway. So then it's just a little bit of waiting and patience and faith. And then just kind of grounding too, so we can like calm the mental things that are going around where we're kind of like a lot of stories or possibilities playing in. And what I'm also feeling suggested for you from your helpers is to do some writing, kind of some writing out sort of what you're feeling, what you want, what you know is possible for you. And they're also suggesting for me, which is really interesting, is to go to, if you may have all of this, definitely, well, we all do, I know, is to, and this will help with that too, because what they're suggesting is you get a little pot and some dirt and plant a seed of something you might want to grow, flowers, vegetables, or something like that, that you can nurture and kind of water, something that will work with whatever climate that you're in. And that way you're like in the inspiration of creativity. You're in the inspiration of making something grow and watching the change and transformation. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm hearing spirit recommend or as a suggestion for you too. And that's something that we can all do, right? As a little exercise of inspiration. And that's grounded too, because you're working with the dirt and you're touching it. It's very tactile too. So anything with your senses, touching, seeing, hearing, smelling, all of that, it helps to kind of like get you back in your body. My walls are cracking. So that spirit saying, yes, yes, we agree, we agree. Even just giving yourself hugs, because then you can kind of feel yourself. Breathing down too is really helpful for grounding too. I love like central channel breathing, where you breathe through your crown and then you exhale either out your root or out your feet chakras. Those are really, really helpful too. But it helps a lot too. It just helps to balance out the energy. And that balance is kind of what we're looking for. You've been feeling the urge to journal lately. Really cool, because that means spirits kind of, they're like, hey, we're suggesting this. And you're like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. So that's that thought to thought connection from spirit, which is really beautiful. So thank you for that validation. I want to give you red roses too. I feel like all of your loved ones in spirit and your angels and your helpers, they want to give you a bouquet of red roses. They want to say happy Valentine's Day. They want to remind you that you're very, very loved. Spirit world really, really loves you. Like there is a lot of attention on you right now. So this tells me that there's a really nice shift. And I want to give you the numbers 222. So I know we're in February. This could be February 22nd, or these just the angel numbers 222 to pay attention to. You might find that happening on your clock as well. Is to just to pay attention as a little symbol from spirit that everything is on track and going the way it should be. You're doing a little bit of this where you're kind of like trying to sift through the layers and sift through all of the possibilities to sort of like find your way. And it's a little bit of a rebirth too, where you're kind of coming out the womb like this that they're showing me. So it's a really, really good time for you, but you've got this, like you've really got this, and you've got a lot of help moving with you to work through this situation that you're navigating. So lovely message from the fairies letting you know that that things are on track and that things will find their way for you. So I hope that was helpful. The number your fiance who's in spirit gives you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, how's that for love? There you are, the 222 and your red roses. So there you go. Happy Valentine's Day, Anime. I'm so happy. That is true love, my darling. Look at that. Transcending. They're coming through the window to you, the window of time, faith, and love. And there you are. Love you. Okay, Anime, thank you. I appreciate working with you. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move on and give another message. Okay. Okay, let me see where I'm going to go next. Hi, everybody. Sorry. All right. Okay. What, Richard? I got an answer machine that will talk to you. There you go, Sam. So, laughter is sometimes the best medicine. I have to tell you, 222 is Mike Egan's birthday. Look at that. Laughter can be the best medicine. And I'll tell you, us gals, for the gentlemen or the masculines out there, us gals or the feminines out there, really appreciate laughter because we're so emotional in our heart space and things like that. So laughter really helps us to like kind of move into that spirited space, which is really lovely, which is why the fairies are nice to come in. They always bring us back into laughter. So we're feeling that too. So this is interesting. I'm getting a beautiful love card, and I want to, let me see who this is for. It's the little swans. It's a little swans number 4 commitment card. So I want to see, I feel like this is for a lot of you. So I want to see if particular Kristen. So I want to give you, Kristen, I want to give you the swans for Valentine's Day. And this really has layers of meanings for you, Kristen. Yeah, if you could go back one for me, Richard. Oh, okay. I didn't get her last name. I'm sorry. Kristen. Kristen. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, Kristen Barrows. Hi, love. So I've got the beautiful swans for you. So I know this is your symbol of love. This is your Valentine's Day card that's coming for you too. There's a lot of beautiful stars, and it's the number 4, and they're together on the water under the moonlight. Do you understand this too? So there's a lot of beauty around you. There's a lot of love around you. And this is not just romantic, but this is also family, and this is also within you and your spirit, if I may say, Kristen. So let me know if this is making sense for you. But I needed to give you that card because that came in for you, but that's also for others too, just as a reminder of love is eternal. So I need to say that love is eternal. It is always there with you. And everyone you've ever interacted with, there's a little thread that keeps us all connected, because even though we feel separate, and even though we have an auric field, we're still not separate. We just aren't. It's an illusion. We're connected to everybody. And so that's why you can't completely contain yourself off from anybody, nor are we meant to be, because we're about the exchange of love and the growing in love together and through our interaction. So that was just a little side note that kind of came through me, Kristen. Let me know how you're doing if you're still with me. And I also want to give you, you got another little romance card connection also. So I know this is something that's very important to you as well as feeling connected to everybody. Beautiful. Um, I'm almost feeling like, have you like been to the store to go get all your little Valentines for everybody? 'Cause I almost feel like you would make the effort to make sure everybody in your life would have like something special and you would, you would write something special for each one and you're just kind of that way. And it's like I feel like beautiful. And I feel like spirit just wrapping all of this beautiful pink light all the way around you, kind of like we were talking about earlier, just pink light all the way around you, and they're just like swirling it around you. And you kind of are going up like this. This is how they're showing your energy is up like this. It's very graceful and beautiful as they want to give that to you too. So let me know if this is making sense for you, Kristen. Um, and intimacy. So you've got all these romance cards coming in for you. So romance is in the air for you and it's all around you and it's there for you. So God bless you. Enjoy that. Oh my gosh, my darling. I'm going to give you all of those pink cards back. Let me know. Is that making sense for you too? Like, oh my gosh, you're too beautiful. Okay, let me see where we're going. Okay, I did. Okay, beautiful. All right, Kristen, I'm going to leave you with that. You've got romance in the air, you've got love in the air, and I'm going to also give you from your angels a beautiful bouquet of pink peonies and white roses mixed together, and they're just blowing you little kisses like that. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Kristen. I hope that was helpful for to you. I had so much fun with you. Oh my gosh. Okay. Richard. Yay. Yay. Thank you, Kristen. You're so sweet. Okay. 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 I'm going to take a quick minute and I'm going to read you guys another poem while Richard is getting the comments back going again here too. This is another beautiful this because this will go really well after Kristen's message. And this is from a Elizabeth Barrett Browning and one of her most famous poem, which is called "How Do I Love Thee?" And I thought this would be beautiful for Valentine's Day to share. She was married to a man that was younger than her, so back in that time was a little bit not accepted, I should say. So there was some power of her to be with the person that she loved, despite what other people thought. So it's a really, really beautiful poem that I'd love to share with you in the inspiration and the celebration of Love Day. So here it is from Elizabeth Barrett Browning. You've all heard that phrase, "How do I love thee? Let me count the ways." So let me go ahead and read it for you. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach when feeling out of sight. For the ends of being an ideal grace, I lovely, I love thee to the level of every day. Most quiet need by sun and candlelight. I love thee freely as men strive for right. I love thee purely as they turn from praise. I love thee with the passion put to use in my old griefs and with my childhood's faith. I love thee with a love I seem to lose with my lost saints. I love thee with the breath, smiles, tears, all of my life. And if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death. So wasn't that lovely, everybody? That one just like gave me chill and I could feel the power of spirit just coming in. It's almost like she was here saying, thank you for sharing that. Okay. That was a good little break. Okay. And so let's keep going. I love poetry. I have a little one I'm going to share at the very end. It's just a teeny little short one that I wrote and I just found it. I went sifting through all of mine and I found one that I thought you guys might like. And it's just a little short one that we'll close with. Okay. All right, Donna. Yeah. Donna, did you want to come on Zoom or do you want to just stay on the live love? Donna, okay. Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling it is. Let's let her in. Hey, Donna. You're Donna Kozlowski, right? Yeah. Can you unmute? Can you unmute, sweetheart? I'm rubbing my nose. They're here with you.
Did thanks.
Yeah. How are you?
Good.
Really good to see you. Thanks for being here today. Is this your puppy in the picture? Is this your lab?
Oh, are you hearing that repeat?
A little bit, but it's okay.
I don't
Is
know.
this your lab in the photo?
It
Or
was my brother's dog that I was very close to.
oh, very sweet, very sweet. Is it okay if I read a card for you, Donna?
Definitely.
And yeah, thank you for sharing this beautiful puppy. Oh my gosh, I'm a dog lover. So, um, all right, my love, let's see what we have for you. All right. So this is really beautiful, Donna. Called, it's just from the Rose deck, from the Rose Oracles, and it's called Second Bloom. And it says, a second chance, it's never too late, new possibilities. I feel like you already understand what that means. Does that make sense? You already
Yes.
understand what that means because you've been putting the thought out. You've been putting the prayer out there. Like, can we have a fresh start? Can we have a do-over? Can we do things a little bit differently? Can we bring in some new energy? Does that make sense for you?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Um, I've got chills all over for you. So I know this to be very important. And I don't feel like I even have to say too much, but I know that you have this beautiful open heart. And I want to give you somewhere over the rainbow from the Wizard of Oz, with the bluebirds flying over the rainbow. I know you are missing people in spirit. And I know that, sorry, I got so emotional. Spirit just showed up for you in a big way. I know that you're missing people in spirit, and they're here to tell you that they're right here with you, surrounding you in this just beautiful cocoon of love. Like your room there is filled with all of the people that you love, that you're thinking of, and they want you to know that tomorrow they will be here with you. Perhaps you could light a candle or put some little flowers in a vase or something, just as that little honor and remembrance for your loved ones, and they'll be here with you. Listen to some music that reminds you of them, because this feels like a special day of love for you. If that makes sense. Um, they share with me also. Oh, sorry, I heard that feedback there. Donna, they share with me also that you just go out of your way for other people. You give lots of love to other people. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yes. And they're so proud of you. Like, your loved ones are so happy for you, and they're so proud of you, and they're so thankful, because I know what they share for me is that you do pull a lot of the weight sometimes, because sometimes other people, they don't have that much to give, kind of like we talked about earlier when I was talking, and you're aware of that. And so you're always like pulling out of your resources and your reserve to kind of carry the extra that other people don't have in the moment. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so you understand that act of kindness. You understand, oh, that person can't give as much back to me as I'm giving to him or her, but you understand that it's okay, because that's where we are in the moment. These are the circumstances that we're in. That makes sense. Donna,
Yes.
you're so beautiful. They show me a beautiful tree for you, and you're grounded and rooted in this beautiful earth, this beautiful soil full of nutrients, and your leaves are looking up to the sky in connection, and you can just kind of wave with the wind, and the spirit of God just blows through, and you just kind of move with it, just like this. And I can hear the angels come in, and they just sing to you. They just sing to you. If it was Christmas, they would sing that song, that book, Gloria, Gloria, that one. They would sing that song to you, so that you know how loved you are and how much grace that you're filled with and surrounded with, this beautiful container of grace. I want to give you also some red roses, very deep red color, as a symbol of that eternal love and that eternal beauty that is within you, that is within your heart. I know you've climbed up many mountains in life. You always find your way to the top. And you know what else, Donna? Not only do you find your way to the top, you put a hand down and you help the people who are making it to the top, who are getting weary and tired, who's saying, I don't think I have another step in me. And you put your hand out and you hold them and you get them up to the top too. Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just going to leave you with that. Happy Valentine's Day.
Same to you. Thank you so much,
Beautiful.
Jennifer.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
You are too.
Okay. Sorry, everyone. Whoa, that spirit came in really close and strong. That was like full blown. Talk about pink love. Oh my goodness. Okay, Richard. Who else do we have in the queue, love? In the comments, that was just an expression. That was just an American expression, Richard. I'm giving you a hug from America to the UK. I'm just being cute. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Shaban O'Rourke. Shaban, did I say that right? I hope I did. Okay, Shaban. Yay. Irish. Hi. Hello over to Ireland. How's our lucky gal? I would love to give you a card. Let's see. Well, since we're going to Ireland, can I give the fairies to you? Can I work with the fairies for you? Because I know it's quite magical there. Okay, are you still here, love? Just check in with me. Give me a quick yes, I'm here. Is she in the Zoom? Okay, beautiful. Lovely. Yay. Okay, I'll get a little drink. Okay. She's just getting her video going. Hey there, Shaban, can you turn on your video and unmute for us? Okay. Okay, that's okay. Okay, so see, spirit is very intelligent. They always know. So they give me something to work with here. All right, this is the next thing I'm going to read for you. We talked about Wonder Woman before, and there's a beautiful quote from the movie that I think it's the sequel that she did. And she's fighting for humanity, with all her might. And the character who's fighting her was saying, like, the people, they don't deserve your protection, because she's this goddess warrior. And she says, this is what she replies, and this is I love this. She says, it's not about deserve, it's about what you believe, and I believe in love. And she goes on to say, only love can truly save the world. So I stay, I fight, and I give for the world I know can be. So I thought that was really beautiful. And I wrote that out and pasted it in my notes for us. So we can all embrace some of that Wonder Woman energy, that Wonder Woman love energy, because she sort of, especially for us women, there's a lot of male superheroes out there, but there's not a lot of female ones. We can embrace that inner superhero within each and every one of us. And while Shaban's getting her video working, that's also something that you guys can do, ladies and gentlemen, as just a little suggestion is, if you're going into, it could be anything where you're feeling maybe not quite as powerful as you want to. Okay. You did not miss, Shaban. I will just give it to you here on the Facebook. But what I wanted to suggest for you guys all is to learn how to walk into a space or walk into an interaction where you feel more confident. Is kind of think about what you want to radiate. Sometimes it's confidence, sometimes it's love, sometimes it's humor, something like that. Give yourself a moment to channel, and then kind of go into your superhero pose. Put your shoulders back, put your chin up, smile, and then walk into that space like you almost like you own the place, if that makes sense. And it will make a difference in how you feel, and it will also give like a little wow factor to the people around you. So that's a great way to shift if you're like, sensitive, because I know a lot of us here are very empathic and sensitive. So you get really nervous about going into spaces, interacting with people who are difficult. So this is a way that you can really shift the energy for you. So I thought I'd kind of throw that in there since we were talking about Wonder Woman, because that's kind of what she does. So channel your little inner superhero of love and just go get them, everybody. All right, Shoban, let me give you your message. I know you're having trouble with the Zoom, but I'm going to get the fairies going for you, love. And I'm hoping that you can hear me, but I'm going to keep working with what we have to keep going with that too. Okay, so stay with me, love. Okay, so here's the first thing, sweetie, that Spirit wants you to know is with the fairies, it's called trust your intuition. So this lets me know that you've been questioning things lately and a little bit of difficulty in trusting what you're getting and trusting the decisions that you're making. And what I also need to remind you that Spirit wants to show you, Siobhan, is that not to worry, because if with any important decision, you have a life path. So they don't let you screw up your life path. That was just a kind of a very simple way or human way of putting it. You will always be nudged in the right direction because you do have a life path that is there for you, that is you and your higher self or soul, right? And so not to worry. So just trust your intuition that you're getting, and it will help you kind of move forward. Do some of that grounding, do that superhero pose like we were just talking about, and that will help you keep moving forward in the path ahead that you're working with. I know you've got a lot of kind of different things going on and you're trying to figure out sort of which to tackle first. That's where the grounding kind of comes in, and building more of that self-confidence. Remember, you're a good person, you can do this. You're a good person, you can do this. To say that to yourself, I'm made of love, I'm divine, I'm a good person, I can do this. And that will really help you moving forward with all of that. So I hope that's helpful too. And I'm just going to pull one more for you, love. And I'm hoping that you're getting this, but if not, you can go in and just watch it later. Okay. And then here's the next card that they picked for you too. You have made a mess. I know it seems that way, but for some reason, it's not always that way. That's the paradox of life, is that if you've ever seen Eat, Pray, Love, Elizabeth, played by, oh my goodness, I forget the actress's name. She's Julia Roberts. There she goes. She goes to see the medicine man Katuk, and he says, Liz, how are you doing with your new relationship? And she goes, oh no, I ended it. I was losing my balance. She was trying so hard to keep her balance. And balance is really important. We've just been talking about that. But he says, Liz, sometimes losing your balance is part of the balance. Okay, so I feel like that will be really helpful. Sometimes losing the balance is part of the balance. Sometimes destruction is part of the creation. Sometimes the mess is making the beauty. So I want to give that to you. Hi, love, you made it. Okay, so I'm hoping you heard that. If not, you can go back and kind of watch this later, because I know I need to kind of keep it rolling. But Spirit was like giving me some inspiration to share with you, just to give you this, take the sting off of I've made a mess, and understand that it's gotten to you where you are now and that everything's okay. So again, I got that card, trust your intuition. And then the other one is honoring your true feeling. Honoring your true feeling. And you're no problem. You're doing just great. And if you want to unmute too, then we might be able to hear you too, so I can say hi to you. But the next card you got was honoring your true feelings. So to really trust your intuition, honoring your true feelings. So I know you've got this. Are you able to unmute? Hi, love. Hi, love. How are you?
Hi.
Good.
So
I hope you. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I thought there from it, you see, actually the internet kind of got a bit, when you called out my name straight away, oh, the internet started to go slow. Everything just, I couldn't write it. I just couldn't write it.
It's
Everything
okay.
just went wrong.
I know, it's okay, love. But it's not a problem. Just remember, when everything goes wrong, it's still going right. That's the way that the world works. And that's what I want to say is the paradox of life, because it all happens the way it's supposed to. So however this shows up for you is okay, is meant to be. And just know the power and the presence of spirit is within you and with you and for you and around you. So I know this to be very important for you too. You're going to go back and you can watch the recording and you can catch up on any pieces that you didn't hear. And then you were meant to see that at that time, and that will get you in that next step. So for instance, I'm channeling a little bit. For instance, if you see a sign from spirit, a license plate, a sign on the road, a number on the clock, if you see a sign from spirit, all of your movements that day had to work in tune with each other to get you there at that time. So whatever is meant to happen in the future, this all worked out accordingly to get you there at that right time. Does that make sense? So it's all part of a beautiful divine synchronization. So that's why they are telling you, right?
Right.
Trust your intuition,
Okay.
honor your true feeling, honor your true feeling. You have a beautiful, beautiful heart. You have a beautiful, beautiful presence. And so I'm just here validating what you already know. You have a beautiful connection to your beautiful intuition with spirit. I can see the blue around you, so I know that you can connect and feel spirit. And so they're just validating, again, what you already know is correct. What you've got, I see beautiful white doves coming in for you too, my love, too. So they're just bringing in that peace for you too. They're bringing in that peace and that kind of calmness for you too, so that you can feel the tranquility and that peace that is you, that already is you, but you can feel and tune into that because it's always there available for you. It just sometimes takes a little bit more time when we've got a lot going on to get back and access with that too. We just have to move through our experiences and then we can kind of roll our way back there, if that makes sense. But I just need to tell you, you're really just doing everything right. So even in all of the chaos of everything, we still made it here, didn't we? We got to share this moment. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, you know, I'm thinking, typical
and I
me.
gotta tell you,
Listen,
Siobhan, I know you're Irish, right? Right. So the fairies, right? I pull the fairies, but you know, they are they can be a little mischievous sometimes too. So you just never know with what just happened with the tech. You just never know. They can be a little bit that way. They can be a little sneaky, but it's all in love and peace and harmony for good reason too. But look at us. We're happy. We're kind of laughing about it. So it's brought us into that frequency of the joy and the kind of the letting go of what we thought it should have looked like. Does that make sense? So you see there, it is all divinely orchestrated. I need to give you the starry sky for you too. And because I feel your connection with the cosmos and the planet. There's something about astrology that's coming in for you that's connected to you too, that if you understand that or will show up for you later. So there's something about the astrology and the astronomy that's connected for you, I have to say. I need to give you Sagittarius. I don't know if that's your sign or somebody that you're connected to. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay. All right. So you're a little adventurer. Are you going to have a little summer trip, a little travel coming up? Because you've got an adventurous spirit.
I probably am a bit of an adventurous spirit, but everywhere I go, I seem to. There's always a disaster, or something always happens. To be honest with you, not this time now, but the last time, previous to the last holiday, I went to Spain and I missed the plane coming back. This year,
oh my gosh!
This year I went to Tenerife, right? And on the second night, I looked at the mirror, a huge mirror over the sink, and I thought, gee, this place is very quirky. I thought the mirror was meant to be that particular way, the way it was hanging. Well, it came down from the bathroom, the mess. I said, what are the chances of a big mirror to fall down on the bathroom and out onto the floor? It was a brand new place, brand new. And I said, I was the only one that checked into that place and the mirror fall off the wall.
Right. So that's super interesting, you know, and we're just going to ask the fairies to be nice when you go on your next travel. Don't let that stop you from having another future travel that will hopefully go a little bit more, more in line. But it's interesting to me, and I'm just going to offer this to you, and if it resonates for you, because you're intuitive, so you'll know if it feels right for your heart. You know, when we miss a plane, we really haven't missed. It's just there's a timing issue. So for whatever reason, you needed to go at a different time than it was. So there was a reason for that you didn't get on the plane that you did and had to get on a different one because you were meant to have some other exchange of energy. And even for just the moving through that experience and learning that these things happen and we can push past these stresses and, you know, get through them just fine, you know, and still end up at our destination. You know what I'm saying? So all of those little lessons come into play for us. So there's always a little positive spin we can put on it. When I see that mirror breaking, I also see a breaking down of illusions, a shattering of sort of like the way we looked at life before. where, you know, your different beliefs and thoughts and things of how you thought the world looked before you became more spiritual kind of started going away to the wayside. And there is your like transformative being, because you really have this kind of like angelic frequency to you. So you've been coming in tune with your own like angel of you, if that makes sense. So I know this to be very important to you. And again, this you've got this, I want to say, is connection. I don't usually go in this direction, but this connection, kind of what I want to say is the realms or beings within other dimensions too. You've got that sort of like light being kind of connection there for you too, or star seed connection, that I want to give you as well. Does that resonate for you, Siobhan?
The star seed connection. No, I don't fully understand what you mean.
Yeah, that's okay. And that's not my forte, but for whatever reason, I'm just showing it to you. It's just, so just something to just hold on to and just say, it's another gift that's part of me. So just say it's another gift that's part of me. So connections to what I want to say is other beings and other dimensions that are part of your story, just like you have an ancestry with your family lines, just like you have connections with other lifetimes. It's another just part of your story that is part of like the expression of light that you are, the love that you are, if that makes sense. But that angelic frequency came in very clearly for you as well. And I just know that like you are that's part of you that, and I just feel like with the shattering of the glass, it's just like, it's a way to see things new again. Does that make sense? And so just remember, like I said early, when you lose your balance, it's part of the balance. When you go into chaos, it's part of the order. When you go into destruction, you grow something new out of it. Does that make sense? You build something new out of the material that you had before. You haven't lost anything, but you've grown something new or created something new. So with that adventurous spirit, that creativity, that creative being of you, there's all this orange around you too, of your creation, that's coming in through you too. Beautiful year for you that you can just kind of work towards manifesting whatever you want for your life as you connect more with your higher self, your soul. That makes sense. Do you like to light candles sometimes for people that you love?
I do, yes, I do. Yeah, I like to light candles, and I do. Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful, just to kind of set intentions and things like that. They were showing me the candle lighting too. They're just saying, can you also light one for yourself, like the candle, and say, this is for me. This is for me.
Yeah, I never did that.
Yeah,
before.
Yeah, I know. I got chills with that too. Yay. All right, I'm going to give you all the beautiful wildflowers of Ireland and hand them to you. And please enjoy your Valentine's, happy Valentine's Day to you, and all my love to you too. So I'm going to leave you with that. Okay, Siobhan?
Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'm sorry for delaying everybody. Like, really,
it's all good. It's all good. We're all loving each other right now. So I'm going to give you a big hug and thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome, darling. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 Bye. Okay, beautiful angels. All right, I'm going to leave you with one little baby poem that I wrote, and I just pulled it from my notes here. And it didn't have a title, but I decided to call it Eternal Flame for Valentine's Day. It's just a little short, little cutie one that I found, and I'm going to read it to you. And you can just take that in you and connect with the love that you are, with your heart, and with the people that you love, because we are all eternal and we're always connected with all that we love and all who we love. So here it is, beautiful. The stars hold hands across the night sky. They conspire together for you and I. Mirror to mirror, the eyes do see a match from the one who is you and me. Hand in hand, no follow, no lead, a garden they planted from a magical seed. For destiny spoke and opened the door to a beautiful story of love evermore. And with that, I will say happy Valentine's Day to all of you. And I hope this was inspirational. Thank you for sharing in the love. Yes, Richard? Oh, Richard's wishing everybody a happy Valentine's Day too. So thank you all for being here, for sharing in this sacred space of love and divine grace and inspiration. Please be kind to yourself. Please stay in that gentle, loving, peaceful space. Do something nice for yourself. Do something nice for somebody else that you know or don't know. Grow a little garden for the love of your life, which is you, and which is those that you hold near and dear into your heart. And let that see what grows for the rest of the year. So we're all going to be planting seeds and growing gardens as we keep staying together here and come here every 2 weeks in celebration of love. So I hope you all have a beautiful day tomorrow. And just remember, every day can be Valentine's Day too. Every day is a moment, an opportunity to spread love and to love yourself. So I will love and leave you with that. And thank you all so much. I'm just so happy that you are here. Thank you for your time, for holding space for each other and for me as well. And I'm just going to give you all my hugs and kisses, and thanks for everything. Have a great one. Thank you. Bye, everybody.